Is respect a right or should it be earned? Now, me personally, I think I will show you respect until you disrespect me, and I'm like, yeah, I will show you respect, especially if you're older than me. I'll give you respect, but if you don't respect me back, why would I continue respecting you if you don't respect me? That just makes no sense. And this debate is between Gen Zs, as of myself, and African parents. While I am not African, I am from the Caribbean. I'm Haitian, so I have foreign parents, so I understand the ideology very well. So, and the thing about the older people is just like you just have to give them respect, no matter how they treat you. And I think it's just like you have to give them respect no matter what they say, no matter what they do. They think they deserve that respect because it's like they're your parents and everything they went through. I'm like, yes, I'm just to respect you as my parent, and as my elder, like 100%. Like I'm going to respect you, right? And like that's perfectly fine.
Respect is
I don't believe it's not like a right. You don't have to respect everybody. I understand that. I think you should initially at least give everybody some form of respect. You don't gotta treat it all the same. But at the end of the day, it's like you can't go around disrespecting everybody. You gotta learn how to talk to people. And that's just how it is. You can't be disrespecting everybody. One day you're gonna fuck around and what I'm saying, you're gonna fuck around and find out. That's just what I think though. But enough yapping, man. Let's get into this video. Also, this video is 48 minutes long. I am not watching the whole video, gang. I'm sorry. I think I'm gonna watch until like right here, and I'm gonna be done with. But let's see how this
respect
goes.
is a right. You need to respect an elder. It's their right, just as you have individual rights today. Please.
That's the problem with your
Everything
generation.
fine. No.
You guys will suffer and die
God in
pain
heaven
the name
is
of
not
respect.
smiling.
Oh, you don't think respect is okay? You think you can
Not
just...
on my life. Not on my life. I won't respect you if you are a threat to my life.
Exactly.
You can't tell me to be respectful.
The older generation are threats to your life.
Yes.
The Gen Zs are threats
Yes.
to us.
How are we a threat to your life? We're trying to move on before us.
Please step forward if you agree with the prompt. What an elder sees sitting down, a young man can't see standing on an Iroko tree.
There's no use, except
don't
that
get
youth
the
wants to be playing
ideology.
with fire, that should argue this statement that what an elder sees, they will never see. I was once your age, and I'm glad you agree. Your counterparts didn't come out. I just wonder what they're going to say. Listen, when I was your age and my parents were telling me a few things, I didn't see it. But now I'm older. I see they were damn right.
So I feel like that adage talks more about experience. Because of how much years you've spent on Earth, there are things that you've experienced firsthand that we still theorize. But because experience is the best teacher. If it teaches you once, that is the lesson is constant. If you try it 10 times, you're going to come back to the same conclusion.
With that being said, what I'm saying? I think that even though your parents might warn you about certain things, and I think you should really listen to what those things are. But at the end of the day, I think like you just have to go through those experiences yourself to actually know. Like yeah, you can know what to look out for, but you won't really know what to do in those situations. Like they can tell you, what I'm saying, this and this and this, but when the situation actually comes up, you won't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So I think even though like yeah, they're gonna tell you about it, like they may see that, I just think you have to go through some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they can try to guide you as much as possible, but there's just some shit you just have to go through personally, in life.
Who has more experience better than the people that are older than us? So I totally agree with that submission.
It's an idiomatic expression. Yeah, the father may not be as tall as anything, but his experience is telling you that what is seen in the future, if you are not careful, it will befall you.
Many things that is in the Bible or Quran, and yet it is experience of the past, the thing that other people, other generations, they put down to us. Had it been those books are not there, we could have been living like animals. There will not be orderliness.
Can the disagreeers please step forward?
That thing the elder is seeing sitting down, we will use drone and helicopter to see that same thing. Because I truly believe experience does not come with age. Anybody can have experience if you make action, you take moves. And I also believe experience goes
not
both
really
ways.
wrong
Like
like
it's also
that.
can also be
But-
reversed. The elders can also learn from us. We can also teach you things. So I don't think you should let your age make you arrogant.
For someone that is young, our brain is very active. These people are old. So you can't compare an old person with a young person. An old person does not know how to operate computer very, very well. Yes. You
I'm a
understand
boomer.
me?
I have.
So and even the Bible says, those who are meek at heart, who have the heart of a child, will be the ones to enter the gate of heaven. Be humble enough to learn from us too. So
What
it
do you
also
want
goes
to
both
teach
ways.
us?
Hold on,
We
hold
can
on.
teach you anything, mommy. We teach you
Okay,
pay.
so
Give me-
let me take
Wait,
Give me
wait,
three
are those their
things.
kids?
No, let's
Wait, are those their kids? or their parents? I mean, I think there's a lot of things that the older generation can definitely learn from us, you know, especially. But the older generation they're just so stubborn, like in their ways. And it's so bad, and like I don't understand why you just refuse like admit your wrongdoings. I don't understand why that's so hard. And like I said, there's one thing like I'm really glad that us Gen Zs do a lot better than older generation, and that's not taking any BS, any bullshit, bro. Cause it's like they would go to their job, stay late and stuff like that, and basically get pushed over just for an opportunity. Like I understand, like yeah, it might come, but it's like, no, I'm not gonna let you treat me any type of way just for like a slight opportunity of maybe getting promoted or raised. Like no, like I'm not taking this bullshit. You're not about to work me half to death. Like I'm not doing that, bro. Like that's beyond me, bro. Like I
Give
don't
me three
understand that.
things
No,
you
let
want
them do
to
their
teach us.
talking.
Come on.
That's one of the example of the arrogance of the older generations. They talk about respect so much, but they actually don't practice what they preach. Because why would you tell me I can't teach you anything? I feel respect should
Why
go
does he have a
both
yellow
ways. She
tint in
can
his
also teach me
glasses?
something. Yes, I agree. But she doesn't actually believe I can teach her something. And I feel that's like unjust.
Are you telling me, and I'm talking to you directly, that you don't ask your father and your mother for some kind of advice on some certain topics?
I agree.
Why do you do that?
I'm not saying they
Why-
don't have...
no, excuse me, I'm taking
Don't
you,
get me wrong.
I'm not getting you wrong. You said that we shouldn't get arrogant and that what we see, you use drone or whatever. So why didn't you use drone to ask your mommy or your daddy that, oh, there's this thing that I'm going through. What do you think? Do you understand?
That still applies to what
I
I'm
feel
saying.
like
I'm humble
the
enough to
ideology just flew
ask my
all
mother, my
way
father for
over
some
her
certain
head.
topics of life. And I
Why?
believe...
Why?
Because I believe they truly have the experience.
Do they?
And I believe I also have experience that
No,
they
no,
don't
no,
have.
we're not talking
Of
about
course.
we're not talking about your experience. With what an elder sees, right? So you believe that there's something they know ahead or they've experienced ahead. And so you humble yourself, you creep to them and say, hey, daddy, blah, blah, blah. And they advise you. Why?
Well, what I'm trying
I think that there's something that they experienced in the past, you know, maybe it's like a certain situation, you know, they may have went to a certain situation, a similar situation in the past, you know, because history tends to repeat itself, you know, it's just not a lot of new shit that really happens too much except for technology really evolving, just making shit more convenient. But your parents can go through shit that may be similar to what you're going through today, so you ask them for advice, and they can help you through that. Cause like, yeah, I kind of went through something like this, and I went about it like this, and you can apply that to your situation. You may not do the exact same thing they did, but you can still apply it to your situation, you know, and make it your own way.
to tell you that it goes both ways. It goes both ways.
Did we argue that we can't learn from you? I beautifully said, you're so brilliant, you're so smart, but there are one or two things that are not right. I'm not going to stand here and be battling words with you. If there's an obvious problem, there is a problem. So for you to go to your parents, your mommy and daddy, and ask them on a topic that your drone couldn't answer you, then I think we're right.
An elder is only an elder with his wealth of experience, and the experience is gotten over time, right? If the person is already maybe say 70 years old, he has spent 70 good years on earth, which means there are some things he probably experienced which may or may not apply to my situation, but it doesn't take away the fact that he has experienced them and they are valuable lessons for me to learn from them. Now, I just have to now use my discretion in knowing which one to accept, which one is going to follow my situation, and which one to reject.
The problem is that we're
Yeah,
not
exactly.
disputing that you guys have a lot more lived experiences, is the fact that because a lot of older people tend to see the world in one particular way, and whenever they are giving advice, it comes out as a lot more haughty. It seems like whenever the older generation wants to speak to a younger person, the default, 70% of the time, default is condescension. You don't really know anything, so let me just help you
No.
along.
I don't do that, and I'm older generation.
I said it's a percentage. You guys have structures that you have already done. The experiences you have had are invaluable, okay? But if you are coming to me as, I know a lot more than you. Of course you know a lot more than me. You are older than me. That makes sense. Why are you making me feel like I'm stupid?
Maybe.
What makes you think we're making
Can I ask
you
One thing that I will say is like, let me run it back, man. Cause hold on.
Experiences you have had are invaluable, okay? But if you are coming to me as, I know a lot more than you. Of course you know a lot more than me. You are older than me. That makes sense. Why are you making me feel like I'm stupid?
Maybe.
What makes you think we're making
Can I ask- that's how it comes across to me.
Maybe
That's like it feels like-
you are trying to be
I did.
high-headed.
I did it. No,
No,
really.
I'd like to hear her.
I did a short stint in corporate for like 3 months and I left because this was how the environment was. I was the youngest person there, and it felt like everybody across was trying to tell me, well, I have a lot more experience than you, so you should do this in this particular way. There are many roads to the markets. Okay, sometimes it's bush and you will fall inside gutter. You might start to enter the market. One road is just smoother than the other, and that's probably the road that you advise me to take. But it feels that like you are just hammering it on my head, anyhow.
Was that person talking to you harshly?
It's not a specific person. It's again, I
all of
put
them.
the percentage out of the air, but it feels that like in my lived experience, 70% of older people that talk to me.
You can't communicate with you.
Were you arguing with them or something?
I don't even argue.
Please step forward if you agree with the prompt. Respect, as demanded by the older generation, is overdone.
Enough respect before common sense. You can't tell me somebody is doing something that is like someone driving a car. You know where this person is passing will cause accidents, and because he's older than you, you will tell him, it's okay, sir, keep going, so that two of you will die together. Is that sense? Is that sensible? Obviously not. If we know this person is actually leading us to hellfire, collect the steering wheel. Whether force or fire, no go good for anybody. Collect that steering wheel. So forget respect. Respect comes with experience and sense. Let respect also come with sense, not just
So
culture.
also what boomers, older people often call respect is not really respect, it's just blind adoration. I respect you means I value your opinions and I will take your opinions and put them into consideration. Not just you say jump and I say how high. If you say jump and I say how high, that's a cult. That's township. That's not respect. It's not me, it's me just blindly following whatever the hell you say. Somebody asks you to do something and you say, oh, okay, but why? Or isn't it better if you do it some way? Like, oh, you're being disrespectful. I just asked you a question. How am I being disrespectful? That's not a hypothetical situation, but it's something that's happened constantly over the time.
As much as we feel like respect should go both ways, you should be able to talk to me as well as I should be able to talk to you. They have a thing with tones, right? They have a thing with approach. They have a thing with how do you talk to me? It doesn't take away the space of respect. Yeah, I'll give you respect, honestly, but the moment you start to make me feel like I probably need to be carrying you on my head, or maybe say I probably need to give you the same respect that I give maybe say God, then maybe say there's a problem.
It's like I said, the condescension.
And the thing about like Caribbean or like foreign parents in general, or maybe even like some type of like, maybe even like some like African American parents, is that the second you even like get, because like they might be disrespecting you crazy by calling you all types of shit, but the second you even like raise your voice a little bit, it's the end of the world. They see it as all types of disrespect just for me trying to defend myself. It's like, how can I not defend myself when you're bombarding me with all these like insults that's belittling me, right? That makes no sense. And one thing that I've learned, not that like I really learned, it's just that I just decided to do is that whenever like I per se got in trouble and like my mother's giving me like a lecture and it's a trap, right? She'll ask a rhetorical question, and as soon as I try to answer that rhetorical question, she's like, "Why are you talking back to me?" And I'm like, "But you asked me a question. Am I not supposed to answer the question?" And so I was, and like at that point, I'm just realized no matter what she says, I'm gonna just shut the fuck up until she's done. And I don't know how long I can back, like 30 minutes to an hour. And when she's done, I just simply walk away without saying a single word. No matter if she says, are you gonna say anything? No, I'm not. Because if I say anything, it's gonna make this shit drag on even longer. Cause it's like, no matter what I say, I can't defend myself, or somehow or some type of way I'm attacking you. That just makes no sense to me. But it is what it is, though.
It comes to you with like, most times it comes to you with a place of, oh yeah, I'm saying this and therefore it must be right. It might be right? But like, is it really that right?
Can the disagreeers please step forward?
Respect is a right. If you yourself will grow to become old, you need to respect an elder. It's their right, just as you have individual rights today. Please, because that person you're giving respect has also given respect to the elderly ones, the ones before him. Now it is his turn. And at this particular turn,
why do you feel entitled to that, though?
You are not going
It's
to respect
crazy.
that person. Well, it's you and God that when we talk to you, you do not hear. You know you are disrespecting us, but because we know we are not going to lead you astray.
It just becomes a right. Just respect them, learn to walk. And that's why I said, you guys need to calm. Just learn to walk away. See them as grown babies and deal with them that way.
I don't believe
You don't want to
respect
believe his
is a
word.
right. I believe respect is earned.
Why do you see them as grown babies, George? You treat them like babies and you expect them to respect you. No, we're adults who want to be treated that way. I'm not going to respect you how you want to be treated if you're not going to treat me the way I want to be treated. Like, come on. I'm a grown ass man. Like, why are you not treating me this way? Like, you want to be treated a certain way, and like, but yet you're not going to treat me a certain way, the way I want to. I mean, it's beyond me, man. It's way beyond me.
You don't be entitled to respect of anybody.
Okay. Don't push it too far. Don't push it too far. Just hold on.
Every human being has a basic level of respect, actually. No matter who you are, as long as a human being, I believe you should be entitled to some form of respect. True. But there's a certain level of respect you should not be asking for when you've not earned it. So just because you're old or just because you've grown up, that does not necessarily instigate you get that respect from you. You should just actually be entitled to it at the same time. So
Bro,
I don't think respect is an issue of demand, is a norm. Simply because, whether you like it or not, you were brought into the world by these elders. It's just a problem that you people are feeling rebellious. You don't want to be talked to. You don't want to be shouted out. No. Remember now, these things vary. You find in a certain circle,
But I don't want to be
there's a
shouted
mutual
out.
understanding between an elder
Like, why are you raising your
So
voice at me
what
when
if
we're having a
I'm not saying her?
conversation?
What if she came from? She's now an elder. But what if she grew up when she was like you from an abusive elder, and all she knew all her life till she grew up was shout. But she'll pass it.
So learn
That's
from
where
it.
you people need to be smarter and stop fight. Don't fight the system. You can't win that way. That's why we'll always be clashing. One person needs to get wiser. And if you guys are going to lead, then try and just get wiser. You can't. And you see,
Why can't you're already old and wise? Why do we have to get wiser? I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? You always experience comes with age, is what you just said. So you already had the experience of it. You're already wise. Why keep going with the system? You should have been changed it. I don't know, man.
God
I'm
beat
just
all
yapping
of you.
at this point, I guess.
You keep doing that, it will be I'm telling you, like, seriously, this is no debate. If you keep doing that, it's going to affect you one way or the other. That's the truth. Realize that maybe I was screaming on him as my son. Maybe that's my... my mother used to almost bash my head with. And when I had kids, so it came from behind. But I know I had to grow out of it. So I know I watch my kids and I know that they're going to do better because they humbled themselves to learn better. There's all this rebellion. It's not going to take you guys anywhere. Your elders are your elders. Just deal with it. The Bible tells you that there's a way you deal with them. Sometimes we can be, I know what you're saying, but just try and realize that all these people, there are so many things elderly people would do to me, and even as elderly as I am, I still have people who are much, much older, and sometimes they can be a pain. But I look at them and I remember that I'm going to get to that place. And where I am right now, I won't want one child coming to, poke me.
I join my elders to say, respect is a right. We have some people within the Western culture here, if they want to greet their elder one, they prostrate. Is he a god?
Oh, yeah, father
when
will
you
prostrate
prostrate for him, that is the culture. So it's a right. He is my elder. I can't just walk past him because I'm a Gen Z.
Even when that person is over demanding, because I understand what you're about to say, like some people might be too edgy and all that, you still, because it's a right,
Just
because of that gray hair,
leave the person.
You have to respect, even if that elder is becoming too edgy and too troublesome, just bear it, walk away, and ask God for the grace.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Let me ask the elders this question. Have you heard of that recent governor that was arraigned for embezzlement and everything? So will I see that man in real life,
even if he's on
prostrate?
I mean,
Yes.
I can't just
The man
walk
that
away.
stole from... I will still prostrate to him.
You're not the one to
You're not
judge.
the one to judge
have
him.
no right to
Stole from us.
You have
What
no
you're
right
supposed to do is to
and
go
I'll
back
still
and
prostrate.
tweet like I told you and
You
know
have
how
no-
you
why-
come,
okay, so
how you
stole
take
and
away
everything. You want to
leadership
judge him?
from
What if
his
he
hand.
kills? Should I still prostrate
You
for him?
understand?
What
What if he kills?
do I
You
think
don't
that
just go and sit down and be
You're
complaining.
not in that position.
I should still prostrate,
Yes.
even if
Why
he
will
kills.
you-
Yes.
So, no, hold on. So when you see him, you want to say, you
I will
You
knock
fight
his head.
him,
He's a
knock his
thief.
head.
He feels the elderly person has done something wrong and he wants to knock him. Is he doing the right thing? He is not. He should leverage on what he has now in his hands and cause a change. The age is on their side and technology is with them today. So they can do better.
You only knock it, he will pick you up and put inside jail. You're not supposed to knock his head. You're supposed to go and channel your brain to what to do.
I don't agree with
what
that.
I want to say? You channel your strength, your intelligence to where it's not supposed to go to. Like you, I said you will give him a knock because
An
he
elder.
embezzled your money.
Yes.
What I expect you to say is to look for a way to plan the way that the leadership of this nation will go to the youths.
That's all I'm doing for today. It was a very pretty interesting video. I think I had a whole lot of strong opinionated opinions that don't make any sense. I had a lot of opinions on this on these topics, obviously, because I feel strongly about this. Because as having foreign parents myself and going through that, I understand. you know, what the hardships are. And yes, I understand this is the third video. I am wearing the same clothes. Once again, I filmed this all in one day. But with that being said, I'll see you guys next time.